Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia's Soiree. Continuing Cordoba's route. Are you shocked about that? Are you? You should be. What? We're in Cordoba's route? No, I don't know. I feel like it's weird that I tell you that. We're still in this route, which we were just in, like, not yesterday, but the day before. Shocking! I know, right? Anyway, so I actually went and looked in the chapters. So this one is like chapter 9, and we have 8 more. So we're about halfway through his route. So I'm just estimating. So there you go. Now you know. You might already know, but if you didn't, now you do. Because I was curious, so I figured I would pass that information on to you. Anyway, we're in Yomi. Sis! Asua! As I ran toward his voice, I saw that there were shoe-shining tools laid out in front of him.
That flower ears really worked. Look, everything's all better now.
That's wonderful. So are you available now? May I ask for a shoe shine too?
Leave it to me.
After handing the letter from Shoujo's father to the guard at the prisoner's dormitory, I decided to wander around Yomi. I was concerned about what was happening with Kuroba, but I wasn't sure how to approach him. Asua?
Look at you all happy when I thought I told you not to go near her. Why do you keep saying that? You know how great this is if you made friends with her too, Hayerdi.
Hayerdi shoved Asua aside, then glared at me.
Lady Olympia, can you stop pitying Asua just because he has unusual color traits?
I have unusual color traits too. Be like, maybe you should stop being jealous just because he's nice and everybody likes him and you have actually pure colors, but you were abandoned, like the trash that you are. Oh, did that hurt? I mean, because you know Hayerdi's probably, but like, look at him. He's like turquoise. So like, he has normal color traits, but like his parents still abandoned him here. Like, they were probably like, whatever, and they were like, oh, well, he's not yellow or blue or whatever, because he should be of the, aren't there turquoise people? I mean, I know there's jade, and then there's whatever, and green, but the colors are weird here, but like, he's like turquoisey. So aren't there turquoise people? Is blue the only blue shade that there is? Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you here, kiddo? Like Asua's got, like, rainbows going on over there. So understandable why he's here. I hate to say that, but, like, you know what I mean? For this world. They're like, multiple color traits! But, like, Hayerdi, what the fuck is your deal? Like, who put you here? Where did you come from? You know? You got perfect turquoise hair and eyes, so, like, obviously your parents weren't turquoise, but that's gotta bite your ass. You're like, I am perfectly fucking, like, single-colored, and yet I'm ditched down here with what people think of as trash. You know what I mean? That's gotta make you feel a little... Unless he was born down here, but, like, if he was, where are your parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, interesting. Well, his mother could have been one of those women that was down here that was, like, basically freaking assaulted by someone on the surface, and then she didn't want her kid because she was assaulted, so, like, you know, I can understand that. And then poor Hayerdi was basically abandoned because, like, then his daddy was like, oh, you're not pure colored, which is unfortunate, which is probably what it's gonna be, and then you're gonna feel bad for him, and he's such a douche. Anyway.
But you have a color ribbon on you that says you can live in a fancy manner without a care in the world.
I can't deny where I live, but that has nothing to do with me and Asua. He's a good friend of mine.
And there's no reason for you to be friends with Asua.
Then you could be my friend too, Hayerdi.
What?
You look like you're done with work today. How about the 3 of us head to the bathhouse for some sweets?
Wait a minute. Is that what you really like? You're not planning on doing stuff to us, are you?
Whoa, gross, kid.
What? I see now. Got it. No wonder you've been trying to get close to us.
He's just gonna deny whatever I say to him.
If you don't know, I'll tell you now. Asua's been getting beaten by those shitheads from upstairs.
I suspected that was the case, but hearing the truth this way was making my blood boil.
Hayerdi, I told you to keep it a secret! I used to get beaten a lot when I was a kid, too.
That's all we are to them. When I was a kid, too. You're like a few years older than poor Asa. When he was a kid, But he's still a kid now.
We're just toys to those guys on the surface who beat and rape us whenever they want, and they never get punished.
That's even more disturbing. I'm assuming he just means in general the people of Yomi, but the way he says it is like, okay, they beat up kids, that's bad enough, but then they assault you too? That's a line! There are some disturbing things that you're just like, okay, they're beating up kids. That's douchey. They're assaulting women. That's also douchey. They're assaulting children. That's a whole other level of just gross. That's a whole other level. You know? Ugh.
Like I trust anyone from the surface. Never, ever.
You can't really blame him for that.
Sis, your shoes are clean now. See you again.
Asuo quickly placed his tools into his cloth bag.
But, me and Dr. Kuroba trust you, sis. Really. Well, see you around.
Olympia, I thought you just came by here. You look pale. Is there a problem? It's like he can read my mind. You look pale! How can you tell? Something did happen. Not to me. I wonder if he knows about Asuo being beaten by people from the surface. I feel like even though Riku doesn't think too highly of the people in Yomi, he's basically like, you shouldn't go in there. There are criminals and terrible people in there. I still don't think if he saw someone getting beaten, he'd be like, whatevs! I just don't think that he's that person. Like, he might be like, people in Yomi are like, just terrible human beings. What? Because a lot of them are prisoners. You know what I mean? And in his world, like, there's good in there as bad. They are bad. But I don't think he'd let them be beaten. He wouldn't be like, woohoo, yeah, beat the scum. You know what I mean? He'd be like, I do not care if they are criminals. You should still not beat them. He's a noble robot. Or is he simply turning a blind eye to it? But he did help me before. I don't think he'd turn a blind eye to it. I don't know. Then I will be responsible for her protection. Sir? You can call me by my name, Riku. Well then, Riku, if you knew someone from the surface was beating someone in Yomi, what would you do? Huh? He's surprised. Maybe he can help. It's only a rumor, but doesn't it scare you? I cannot act on rumors alone, but if you bear witness to such an event, please report it to me. Violence should not be tolerated under any circumstances. See? He's a noble robot. He may not think highly of the people in Yomi, but he still doesn't think they deserve to get beaten. What is that look on your face? And did you think I was cold-hearted and cruel? No, you're just a robot. Sweet little... Look at him! Look, our little embarrassed robot. He's cute. I'm just glad you said that. I'm not in Yomi all the time, so please keep watch over the people there. Thank you. I bowed deeply and went on my way. Olympia. It's so cute because he's like, did you think I was cold-hearted and cruel? I mean, you kind of come off that way, but we know better because we've been in your route, you know. We know you're a big softie. And here I am. After pondering for a short while at the plaza, I decided to come here after all. I shouldn't have eavesdropped on them, but I can't just pretend nothing happened. I have to do this for Asuo and the others. I was sure it was a misunderstanding. There was no way he would betray the children. Not someone who would keep that doll with him at all times. I wonder if he's sleeping now. Or maybe... Who is it? He's awake. It's me. Do you have some time to talk? He didn't respond immediately. That alone was enough to make me feel uneasy again. Come in. He's not like, hey, you're here. He's like... I'm sorry to come by so suddenly. It's alright. What did you want to talk about? Well, I wanted to ask about... Unable to say it outright, I stared down at the floor for no reason. Are you sick? Have you been feeling unusual? Huh? I'm fine. I see. I don't think he's ever asked about my health like that before. I remember the person who committed suicide. Is he worried about me because of that? As I pondered on the desperate hope, I noticed a bunch of old documents on his desk. It looks like he tried to pile them together to hide something, but I could read some of the titles peeking out. Tenyo Island and the White Bloodline. The Flora and Fauna of Tenyo Island. Flora and Fauna of Tenyo Island. Came out weird. Death count of the White resulting from the Red Calamity. What on earth?
The women of the White from that island are rather interesting. I would not be surprised if a cure could be found in their blood.
He might be... Well, the thing is we know he is kind of interested in that, and it's possible, because we helped him in Yosuga's route, you know what I mean? So he was trying to conduct research on me. A single drop of sweat rolled down my back. I was too afraid to look at him. What is it? Is it that serious? Well... And then let me ask you this. Can I have a few strands of your hair? I wanted to check on something. I wanted to respond, but my mouth was so dry that I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Come out and ask. I mean, it's hard because then you're going to be like, are you just pretending to like me because you want to research me? And he's like, what? I mean, yeah, I want to research you, but no, I actually like you. But now that I was here, there was no turning back. I clenched my fist to summon my courage. Good for her. You were talking to the head doctor from the hospital at the plaza earlier. His expression changed. I'd never seen him so flustered before. My anxiety suddenly became unbearable. Let me first apologize for eavesdropping on you, regardless of the situation. I simply couldn't help it over here. Maybe I should have pretended that I hadn't heard anything. But it was too late now. You want to conduct research on me? For a second, it looked like he smiled. He then picked up a test tube from his desk and swirled it in his hand. I mentioned it before, but we're similar in a way. As a doctor, I'm very interested in the white blood. He was smiling, but I wasn't sure why. What about the children at Yomi? The Tokijikutan, right. The Tokijikutan, in other words, the substance that counters Haku, is composed of various colors. Many in Yomi have multiple color traits. Odds are that some children are born with a natural resistance to Haku. What?
But, me and Dr. Kuroba trust you, sis. Really.
Maybe you shouldn't trust Kuroba! I'm sure we can. Come on, stop. The game's trying to make me feel like I can't trust him, but like, bitch, come on. Too late, I trust him. Do you really understand what you're doing? You're using the children for research. I couldn't speak without shaking. He hadn't yet crossed the line. All he needed to say was that he was joking. Then I could scold him and let bygones be bygones. What do you want me to say? A rage I had never felt before burst within me. I mean, a rage unlike what I felt when Akaza first spoke to me here. One full of darkness and despair. I think it's more because it's like, if they knew, like, oh, I'm taking your blood and I'm going to use it to, but it's you're using them as research. I'm taking care of them and I'm drawing their blood and then I can use, like, it would be weird, like, if a doctor was like, I'm going to use your blood and we're going to do this. We're going to do this blood work. Okay, they're being honest with you. It's him not telling them, but he's still taking care of them. He's not, like, kidnapping children and locking them in a basement and milking them for all their blood. You know what I mean? Like, he is conducting checkups. He's just also kind of doing his research on the side. It's a little shady, but it's really not as bad as she's making it out to be. Like, again, their children are going missing. Oh, I locked them in my basement. Like, Kuroba's, like, taking samples and, like, messing around with samples while doing, like, yeah, I mean, a little unethical in modern medicine, but, like, we're on this fucking island where everything is ass backwards, so I'm just saying. I don't care what you did to me, but you deceived Aso and the children after they trusted you? If you've been deceiving them all this time, go down there now and apologize this instant. All you have to do is not tell the kids about it. Ooh, that's a little weird. I held myself back from slapping him. So you're telling me to deceive them too? You don't want to make Asawa sad, do you? I really feel like all he has to do is, like, kind of explain, I take samples when I'm, taking care of them and giving them medicine, but like I don't do anything that hurts them. Like I'm actually giving them checkups. I just take some samples too. Like instead he's like, you don't want to hurt him, do you? Why are you being so shady, Kurdoba? Wait a minute. You're being a little shady right now. Like it's a little out of character here, but please say it's all a lie. I don't think I can bear any more sadness. I don't want to hate you. Right. I suppose finding a cure for Haku is important. It would certainly make everyone happy. There's no denying that. So let me fulfill your wish. And I tied the ribbon on my blouse. What are you doing? I'm gonna take my clothes off and lie down on your examination table. He's like, very clinical of you. Why settle for a few strands of hair? You might as well dissect me and keep all of my blood. Then you can preserve me like those specimens you have there. You go a little extreme, but okay. In exchange, promise me you won't ever set foot near those kids again. Well, who's going to give them their medical checkups? I don't care what happens to me, but don't you dare bring any more harm to Asawa and the children. I bit down on my lip to hold back my tears. Calm down. Put your clothes back on and leave. He grabbed my cap and jacket and tried to push me out of his laboratory. I don't see why you're doing this. Isn't this what you want? Here's your chance. Spacey. How dare you use my name? Don't you ever speak my name again. Oh, I don't like this fight. Like, we've had little tiffs with others, but for some reason, this one hurts me more. Like, in Yasuga's right, you were like, is he really getting angry? Like, what the fuck is going on? But he seemed very much like the one that would probably try to stab you. So when it kind of came out, you're like, I'm not 100% surprised. It hurts me a little, but at the same time, not surprised. But this, you didn't really expect this from Kurdoba. You're like, I mean, because he has, like, in other routes, like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, let me use your blood and let me do this and trying to protect us from Sakio. And now all of a sudden he's like, what? So I use the kids as samples? What else? Just get the fuck out of here. Like, and you're like, I don't know why this one actually, this misunderstanding and this darkness hurts me so much more than the other routes. Like, you knew it was going to get more complex as it went, but this is like, game, why? Why would you do this? Why would you hurt me like this? I quickly took out my handkerchief from my bag to dry my tears. My palms were red and swollen from how tightly I was clenching my fists. Thought you found your soulmate. Like I trust anyone from the surface. Never, ever. He only befriended me because he wanted to conduct research on a white? My heart wanted to cry out in denial, but a voice in the back of my mind seemed to laugh bitterly. Oh. And then we gotta remember Doma being mean to us. Stop it, game. Don't hurt me even more. I'm already sad about Kurdoba. Don't you be mean to Doma. But thank you for bringing him onto my screen, because he's gorgeous even in black and white. Look at him. God damn it. Love him so fucking much. Why, anyway. Is there a man who could truly love you? You? He might be our dad. Why is this happening? As I gazed down at my wet handkerchief, memories of the past came to mind. Really, as opposed to the memory of the past that just came to... Anyway. My dear lady, did you drop your handkerchief? The tears wouldn't stop. I roughly dried them and ran away on shaky legs. Now she's going to go out with Nagusa and it's going to make Kurdoba jealous. Is all of this real? It isn't a dream. You know what? Just go hide back out in the manor for the next year. And then just marry Akaza. It's fine. It'll be alright. I couldn't bring myself to face reality. I wanted to believe it was all a dream. I know how important it is to find a cure for Haku. But to use the children is just... Olympia. I quickly turned away from the voice. I didn't want him to see my tears. My lady, may I ask who's made you so sad? Something just got in my eyes. pain of regret and a broken heart. Maybe just my heart when it shattered and got out of my eyes. That's all. I see. Please forgive me. Olympia, if you're not in a hurry, will you accompany me in my carriage? Your carriage? Please be assured I have no intention of taking you against your will. If it is of concern, I can dismiss the coachman and remove the reins. However, there are many people here. I was hoping to speak with you in private about a certain person of the black, Kuroba. He's like, I've seen you hanging out with him, and, like, I don't think you should trust him. Look, his carriage is, like, green on the inside. Like, Jesus. It's an awful lot of green in here. I'm listening. As promised, he had the carriage parked near the plaza. We were seated inside the carriage, just the two of us. Shake. Why is it rocking? I don't know. It must be windy out there, and everyone's like, oh my god, look at that. If it weren't for my conversation with Kuroba a few minutes ago, I would not have gotten in. Olympia, it has been my utmost desire to honor your will. I will wholeheartedly congratulate you on the union with your future mate, even if it's not myself. My only desire is for you to be happy. Is that true, though? I don't know. So you want to take it at face value, but you're friends with Kamon, so I don't trust you, but you're beautiful, so, like... And, like, right now I'm mad at Kuroba, so I'm gonna go do something stupid. Like, you know, get engaged to you. I'm so mad at Kuroba, I'm gonna do something stupid. Like, you know, not get engaged to you, but, like, date you. Make him jealous. I don't know. What are you saying? But I cannot abide a mate from the black class. And she's like, alright, this is getting racist and weird. Please end your courtship with him, Olympia. If you do not agree, I shall have Kuroba of the Black executed. I must still be in the same nightmare. It had to be a nightmare. So many horrible things were happening, one right after the other. Okay, and it's more like, I feel like if he was like, he's not right for you, sweetie, blah, blah, blah. And trying to do it nice, he's like, if you don't stop dating him, I'm gonna fucking have him killed. Excuse me? Only my daddy Doma can fucking threaten men that come into my life. Maybe Tsukiyomi. Because they're basically my dad and my grandpa over here. But, like, you're just some random fucking side piece. Who are you to tell me that I can't date Kuroba and you're gonna have him killed? What the fuck? It's one thing if he goes to Doma and was like, damn it, I will marry her. But, like, Doma doesn't choose. Doma's like, she can choose whatever the fuck she wants. I don't give a shit, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? The audacity! The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Harry Potter and the Audacity Stone! Harry Potter and the Chamber of Audacity! Like, the Prisoner of Audacity. Like, this! All of this! The Deathly Audacity! Trying to... Forgotten some of the other Harry Potter names. The Goblet of Audacity! The Audacity on Fire! Like, what, you know, just everything. Just everything you can imagine. This! Jesus! What the hell? Oh, God. It had to be a nightmare. So many horrible things were happening, one right after the other. Seeing you grow closer to that vile color class is detestable. Please do not associate yourself with him any longer. If you enter into such a careless physical relationship, what will you do if your color traits turn black? Well, they did when we were making out at the beach that time. What? It is very possible. The blood of the black is strong. Even the beautiful color traits we have been given can be turned the color of darkness. You're wearing black on your robe right now and a black turtleneck. I'm just saying it matches everything. Get out. You are aware of Nay, are you not? A noble from the Yellow committed suicide only recently. We cannot dismiss physical contact as a possible means of contracting his black traits. I mean, I can't really deny that. I was going to be like, I made out with him on the beach and I'm perfectly fine. Well, not exactly, but that's just a me problem, not an everybody problem. You know what I'm saying? That can't be possible. Of course, there have been no reports of it yet. But you must take care before something unfortunate happens, dear Olympia. See, if you started with this and you were, like, worried for us and whatever, I'd be like, well, that's a little just racist and douchey of you. But, like, okay, you know, you're, you know, just being naive and stupid. But the threatening to murder him if I talk to him anymore, that was crossing the line. Did we forget he mentioned that? I feel like she forgot. Think about it. If you were to be dyed black, it would mean the end of the white bloodline. I heard only women of the white from Tenyo Island are able to dispel the darkness. But if you alter your color traits, who shall call for the sun should darkness arrive? I alter my color traits every time I make out with my boyfriends. If I made out with you, I'd alter my color traits too. I'm a sex mood ring, remember? I'd never thought about that. There were so many things being said that I wasn't sure what to feel anymore. I feel like if Kurdoba hadn't disappointed her just slightly, she'd be like, how dare you? But now she's like, I mean, he's already disappointed me, and like, this day couldn't get any... Well, here we go. I thought it couldn't get any worse, but yeah. I fear that you will become despised by the people of the island, or possibly face execution for your role in the disaster that would follow. Of course, along with the man who brought it about. Stop! Please stay calm, Olympia. And this is not a threat, but a warning. Please do not forget your role as a white. This gets more and more fucking racist up in here. Would Lady Amaterasu answer my prayers if I were to lose my white traits? Yeah, I'm not seeing things, am I? I'm sure it was... Wait, was Kurdoba thinking the same thing? Maybe, or that's true. Like, I that was just starting to occur to me when she just said this. Like, if he was like, wait, oh my god, I touched you in this, and then maybe that's when he's kind of trying to distance himself now, and he's saying things, like, maybe he doesn't use the kids for research, but he's like, oh, but she's angry about it, so I'm just gonna let her think that, because Sakio already said this shit, and she thinks that, and it's better if she goes away because I kissed her and she started to turn black, and like, because everyone's like, well, if you touch people, they could turn black. Oh my god. And you know, whatever. And he's like, well, that's bullshit. And then this happens and he's like, maybe it's not bullshit. You know what I mean? Aha! Haha. Okay. All right. Maybe I see what you're doing here, game. Maybe that's what you're doing. I don't know, but that's right. Let me tell you something special. We girls on Tenyo Island have a wonderful secret. Preserve your white purity and become my wife, Olympia. I'm gonna need to think about this. I had hoped we could take our time to know each other better, but the man of the black has caused me concern. I wish to protect your sanctity. That's none of your business. I'm afraid I can't. My relationship with Kurdoba is not what you think. He's a good friend, but I have no intention of marrying him. I wasn't lying. I'd certainly considered it until yesterday. But today that thought was no more. If so, then I would appreciate if you would strongly consider becoming my wife. I'm considering someone else. I feel like I will not be your wife. Yeah, I'm considering someone else. Because I'm still considering Kurdoba, I just don't want to. I'm sorry, but I'm considering someone else. That person is not Kurdoba. He is not. I didn't want to lie, but I needed to find a way to somehow get him away from Kurdoba. I'm such a fool, trying to protect him even after what happened. May I ask who this lucky man is? I wish to keep it a secret. I've not yet told him about my feelings. I also don't want what I say to somehow end up in the newspaper. I suppose that means you do not trust me. Your name is Nagusa, which kind of sounds sneaky. You're also green and snaky. You're friends with Kanan and kind of sneaky. You're basically snaky. So, like, no. You're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, kind of snake eyes, too. Like, the shit. Like, yeah, no. Like, any second, your snaky tongue is going to be like, slithering out of your mouth. I'm just saying. I don't trust you. You're hot. You're so hot. But, like, you could borderline be like a hot dumpster fire. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I don't like that. Because sometimes we like the dumpster fires when you're like, my god, you're hot. You are trash, but you are hot. You're not quite trash. You're shady AF. But, like, even if you were a dumpster fire, I'd still be okay with that because you're hot. Like, you know. I'm easy. What can I say? That's right. I should return this to you. I took out the small paper roses. You hate me this much? Not at all. I'm only acting according to what's in my heart. I wasn't sure what my feelings were when you first gave them to me. But now I know that I cannot keep them. You are a very honest person. Nagusa took them from my hand and put them into his pocket. I must be going now. Yes, and thank you for sparing the time for me. Yeah, there's gonna be like, she was seen getting into his carriage all alone. How many times how many times had I sighed already? Likely more than enough for the day. So this is what it's like to lose love. I was so happy at the beach that I was sure he was the right one, but now I could fling myself into a whirlpool without another thought. Well, sounds legit. Worse yet, I had to listen to Nagusa say all of those things. I shall have Kuroba of the Black executed. Well, at least I gave the first views hand in marriage, so I won't be bothered by him anymore. Well, that also explains the warning for the chapter. And it's so sad and like everything. But now I am wondering, instead of being like, Kuroba, you're a little shady. I mean, it's okay, but I'm wondering if he just let us because that thought occurred to her, like, wait, maybe Kuroba thinks that my hair turned gray because I was catching the blackness. It sounds so absurd. Oh my god. But you know what I mean? Like, if people have been saying that to him, and what? That's insane. And then he's like, let's just do it. And wasn't like set about us being like, I don't know, maybe you're imagining things. He was like, yeah, no, you started to turn black. Oh my god, I'm the cause of it. And then like, he's thinking all that shit. Like, even though it's like, no, it's just a white power thing. That sounded really bad. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry I said that out loud. But you know, that like magical ability. That sound. Oh god! Dear god. You know what I mean? It's a magical ability that we have that, like, oh, it's just because that's your color class. That's why my hair turned that color. It's not contagious. It's not, it'll go away. You know what I mean? But he was like, oh, because it wasn't prolonged contact. But like, after a while, it'll be permanent. You know? That like, because we don't know. We don't have any other, like, examples to be like, oh no, when I was making out with Yasuko, my hair was purple. Man, should have seen after that night of wild sex we had. Because, like, obviously that never happened in this route. So, like, she doesn't know. And, like, she kind of knows, but also I think it's like, she's never seen it happen to anyone else. She just has what her mother said, and she's like, is that what she meant by that? And then, like, Kuroba's like, ow, the shit people said is true, and like, ugh. So, I'm wondering if when we came in, like, you're using the children, he's like, sure, you go ahead and think that. He didn't say, like, absolutely do. He's like, I mean, you're not going to tell the kids, are you? You don't want to make them sad. So that we'd be like, how dare you? He pushed us away because he doesn't want to, like, do exactly what Nagusa thinks is going to happen, which isn't going to happen, but, oh, that's so sad. All right. It makes you feel better than that horrible bit where you're like, wait, are you really? Yeah, like, wait, I mean, I still love you, but like, why did you hurt us like this? And then you're like, no, game, you hurt me. It's rude. I understand, but you still hurt me. Like, the breeze blowing in from the window whipped gently through my hair. Kuroba touched me here. I gently ran my fingers through my hair. He was the first person I've ever fallen for. Guess I don't have good taste after all. Oh, ouch, Kuroba. Do you feel that burn? He's like, ah! I feel like someone just stabbed me in the back. It's too much trouble to find a husband. I wish I could go back to my island. My eyes filled with tears. Kuroba, it's not too late to tell me it was all a joke. I don't care if you were teasing me or just being mean. Please, tell me everything you said was a lie. It's a lie because he doesn't want to turn you black. It's so fucked up. Olympia, the hideous people of the black are far beneath you. Fear not, I will save you. Did he, like, follow us and now he's listening to us? Jesus Christ. Black and yellow. I mean, he wears black and yellow, and Doma's black and yellow. I'm just saying, Doma and Kuroba have a lot in common. They both wear a lot of yellow, but also have, like, black hair. I'm just... The sky and the ocean are blue, and the sun is shining brightly, but... I nearly ruined my feather pillow last night. Daifuku somehow managed to stop me from punching it, so there were only a few feathers scattered about. I really don't want to go out today, but I guess I don't have a choice. I mean, if you hadn't started your delivery service, you could totally just quit and hide in the manor till your year's up and then you have to marry Akaza, which is fine. I need to go on stage and continue my deliveries. Yeah. Daifuku, it's been a while since you've seen Juliet, hasn't it?
I'm just happy I can accompany you today, Hime.
I brought Daifuku with me today to stave off persistent feelings of loneliness. I knew at least Daifuku would never deceive or betray me.
Ah, hey there, sis. I don't think we've seen each other for a while.
Good morning, Tokisada.
Want to walk with me to the bathhouse?
Yeah, let's. I brought Daifuku with me today, too.
Oh, looking good as usual. I'll bring Paris with me next time. Good day, Lord Tokisada. Thank you for taking care of Paris.
We made our way to Kanata when...
Kuroba, Akaza.
You're like, great, the person I don't want to see. And also Kuroba. I'm kidding. Her perspective, she doesn't want to see Akaza. I always want to see Akaza. I love him so much. Look at him. God, look at him. I love him so much. It's been a while, Tokisada. And are you going to check your letterbox? Yes. Kuroba looked at me, then turned away. The other two noticed immediately.
Huh? Did you two get in a fight? Come on, just let it go already.
She rejected me when I forced myself on her last night.
What?
I could feel the air around us freeze solid. And Akaza's like, the fuck did you say?
Kuroba's jokes are a bit mature.
And that's right. I prefer mature women who'll gladly sleep with me, which is why we decided to part ways. Tokisada's expression made my heart ache. Poor thing. He didn't do anything wrong at all. And Akaza's like, awkward. Akaza's over there like, I'm about to blue screen. I don't know how to do it. That'd be more like Riku. Riku would be like, does not compute. And Akaza's like, Jesus Christ.
Kuroba, even if you're an adult, you shouldn't joke about stuff like that. You two are gonna get married soon, right? Camellia already told me about it.
That's been called off.
Huh? Huh?
Poor Tokisada was being played around with. His eyes shifting back and forth between me and Kuroba. It's like, Tokisada, just shut your fucking mouth. You're making this worse. She's feeling bad. She's like, I feel bad for Tokisada. You know what? I also feel awkward for me right now, thanks.
You're not joking, are you? So, you two really broke up?
Yeah, that's right, Tokisada. I know you're still 17, but you said you wanted to marry Olympia, right?
He's like, have at her.
Wow! Cold. Cold. How about taking my place? I'll pitch in for the wedding ceremony.
Kuroba, you really should stop that. It's not gentlemanly to say things that make it seem like you were just toying with her.
High five, Tokisada. Giving it to Kuroba.
If you're dead serious about what you just said, you lost all my respect.
Surely human rights and the will of an individual should be respected. See, Olympia, find yourself a nice husband now.
Huh? Hey, Kuroba!
I never experienced anything like this before. Awkward as fuck. It even seemed like the Iron Mask felt a hint of sympathy for me. I know, he's like, I know Kuroba actually loves you and this is just fucking rough, yo. As for Tokisada, he looked to me on the verge of tears when he hadn't even done anything wrong. He said for you. He's like, damn it, Kuroba, I had respect for you and now you're being a dick.
Oh, well, sis, I'll treat you to all the mint chocolate you want, so how about we head to the bathhouse?
I'm so sorry, Tokisada. I just remembered something I need to do, so I have to go. And next time we'll have all the mint chocolate we can eat. We'll leave the bill to Kuroba, of course. And then Akaza's like, oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to pick up the pieces of this shit. Jesus Christ. I still want to believe this is all a bad dream, but this is reality, all right? I rushed to the beach to escape it all, then let out a deep sigh. I can't say I'm without fault. I'm sure there was something I did wrong, but It was all too sudden. He didn't need to disclose his research on me in the way that if he was serious about it. He only needed to keep pretending a while longer to get more samples from me. His attitude was so unusual that I can't help but wonder what happened. You're right. I must be seeing things. I took my hair into my hands. He suddenly changed because... Yeah. I think this is exactly what happened. It was a fear, and then it was just and then everything Sakio said just fell into place. Where she's like, I heard you're using the children. He's like, yes, I am using the children. I am a horrible person. I was just fucking with you. Yep. Because he's afraid. Oh. He's just letting us think he's an asshole because it's just easier. Because if we hate him, then we won't want to be around him instead of being like, but it's okay, Kuroba, we can be friends. And he's like, oh, stab, But if you alter your color traits, who shall call for the sun should darkness arrive? I'm not a doctor, so I can't say for sure what would happen. But if what my mother told me was true, then whatever happens to me shouldn't be bad. The problem is, the only way to know for certain if Kuroba and I... What a predicament. I looked out at Tenyo Island. It's not easy finding love and being loved. As I gave another sigh, I heard someone's steps in the sand behind me. Fucking Doma. Wouldn't it be amazing? No, it's Nagusa, of course, because he's stalking us. It would have been funny as fuck if it's just Doma and he sits there and he's like, alright, so... I'm gonna teach you some shit. And then he just fucking actually gives you, magical daddy Doma wisdom and then walks off and she's like, what the fuck is happening? Everything's going bonkers! Please do not look so sad, Olympia. I know I'm not who you wanted to see. Why do you keep following me? I already said no to you 4 times. Do I need to say it 5 times? Do you not get it? What? What's the deal? I came here against my better judgment to ask you to please reconsider. My answer won't change no matter how many times you ask. Also, the more you ask, the less I like you. As I mentioned yesterday, I have no intention of... I saw you and that man kissing here out in the open. So? It's over anyway. I turned red with embarrassment and anger. Of course, kissing in a public place was sure to be seen by passers-by. Back then, I was madly in love with Kuroba. He was the only one on my mind. You love him, do you not? It doesn't concern you! It's over now. I feel like it's over now, but it also, because it doesn't concern you is the truth, and I want to say that, but at the same time, it makes him think, oh, you do, and I'm going to have him executed. Instead of, it's over now, makes us say, it's not, well, because it's true, it's over now, and then Nagusa won't kill him, so. Good, yes. Because it would save his life. It's over now. Oh? If you doubt me, you can ask Akaza of the Kotowari or Tokusada of the Green to confirm. If so, then allow me to help heal your pain. Just stop already! I have no intention of taking you as my husband. And then who will it be? You need to decide on your husband within a year. Well, that's... You dare eavesdrop on us? Huh? It wasn't my intention to eavesdrop. I just happened to be on a walk and heard the 2 of you out here. Kuroba of the Black. I, Nagusa of the Jade, will officially offer my hand to Olympia of the White. Oh my god, dude! I've already said no 6 times while you've been here! Do you not understand? Okay, Nagusa, sweetie, darling, honey, come here. So I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, okay? I'm gonna need you to go and find yourself a dictionary. I'm sure Kanon has one. And I'm gonna need you to look up what the word no means. Okay? Alright? And then we're gonna have a little pop quiz later. And I'm gonna say no. And you're gonna what? Right? You're gonna know what the word no means. And you're gonna behave appropriately. Okay, Jesus. Have you anything to say? I wish the 2 of you good fortune. A wise choice. Your hideous color traits would be unworthy of her unblemished purity. That said, I do pity you, Kuroba. You could have easily dismissed me if you were still of your original color. I heard the slightest intake of breath by Kuroba. Daddy! explains the chapter. Black and yellow. And then the gold flecks in his eyes. Was he originally of the yellow color glass? Did you have Haku and you took Nei and now you're black and now you're mad because everybody like shuns you even though you're... Oh! That explains so much! It's actually kind of awesome. If that's the truth, if that's what's going on, because it's like... You know what I mean? Like, you were yellow and then you took this or whatever and it turned you like into this black color class and then you're like, whatever. But you were also in the orphanage, so maybe your family abandoned you because maybe you got Haku as a child and they gave you that and it turned you like your hair black and everything, so they tossed you away. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, but like it's actually kind of because then he's like, people should just be fucking happy that they're not dead. Because he's happy he's not dead and he's, oh, that makes me hurt for you, but it also makes me love you so much more. God damn it. It's not just, I'm proud to be of the black color class and like, fuck people for being rude to me. It's more like, yeah, I don't really give a shit that I went from being in the yellow color class, I'm guessing because that's the title of the chapter, black and yellow, you know what I mean? To, and his eyes, the flecks of gold, right? To being in the black class because like, I'm still fucking alive and I'm a doctor and like, go fuck yourselves, like whatever. And it's like, oh my God, that's even more noble. Because you're like, look at this, like it shouldn't change your life, God damn it. Your hair color changed, big fucking deal. Like, you know? And why he would get so much more mad when people like, but it'd be funny that her hair turned gray and not, but I guess because now his color class is black and not truly like yellow anymore. Oh my God! I didn't see that coming. Anyway. Original color? Please stop, Lord Nagusa. Oh, you've kept it a secret from her. And that you were originally from the yellow? Huh? I hurriedly covered my mouth in shock. Oh, administering Tokijikutane for your Haku turned you this wretched color. Kuroba was originally from the yellow class? Is this a joke? He's never said that before. No, because this is the class he is now. And he's not going to pine over what was lost. You know what I mean? After you were stripped of your yellow ranking, you were exiled to Yomi as one of the black. And that's such an old story. I'm living a happy life in the black class now. He kind of actually is. I mean, I get that there's probably some bitterness. But also he's like, but I'm alive and I can help other people and get rid of Haku and I can do all this shit. Doesn't matter what color I am. Like, see? Damn it, Kuroba! Unsung hero right now. Kuroba didn't deny what was being said. He was just standing there with cold eyes. So do you know who your father is? My father? It seems no one has told you yet. I shouldn't be surprised. Oh, your dad is the reason everyone killed themselves on my island, Kuroba! Holy shit! There's just so much weird shit happening. I love it when shit like this happens. You're like, gasp! Your father was the previous leader of the Yellow, Lord Hagane. What? Like, Kuroba didn't know that. Kuroba is Lord Hagane's son? I knew I must be hearing things, but I stared at Kuroba, and it's, you know what? It's actually really good that you play the game in the order recommended. You know, because, was it Tokusada's? That you read Kanon's thing, because I think it was Kanon's thing, it was like, oh, my father and Lord Hagane were the ones that were going to steal the, you know, the flowers and go off on the lunar ferry and go over there, but then his father chicken shitted out and everything, and then Lord Hagane went over there and then came back and then got Haku and died. You know, whatever. But they never said anything about, oh, and he had a son at once, but his son I don't think I remember them saying that. You know what I mean? Like, they never mentioned that at all, but then they throw in that, like, Doma also had a wife over there on the island. Oh, because it was probably my mom. Because if you think about it, Doma is an outsider. And, like, Our mom found our father washed ashore. He didn't come over on the lunar ferry. He washed ashore like an outsider would do. I'm just saying. Jigen could also be our dad, you know, but I'm just saying it points more to Doma, the fact that he took us in, and the fact that they specifically mention in one of those things that, like, Lord Doma had a wife on Tenyo Island. What? Hi! Come on. Like, I'm just saying, like, but like, and then, I mean, there's just so many little interesting tie-ins. I love it. I frickin' love it. Like, Yosuga being like, a woman of the white killed a man of the purple, so I'm supposed to stab you. And it's like, he was a rapey asshole, so like, what? You know? Which actually he might have been one of those people that went over there. Because, with Lord Hagane, right? That caused the Red Calamity. Because why else would no man would just pop over on the island. That's why, when a bunch of people showed up, because it wasn't just Lord Hagane, when other people that didn't belong there showed up, Kuroba, your dad killed my family! Shit! That's gonna make this really complicated, but anyway. I knew I must be hearing things, but I stared at Kuroba. I just love it when they do shit like this, because you're like, I didn't see that coming, and that's amazing. I heard from my father who went to celebrate your birth. You gotta be kidding. That can't... Confused, are you? How pathetic. I glared at Nagusa. Kuroba's confusion was enough to make me feel sorry for him. His eyes searched the ground madly, and he looked as though he might lose his balance. But, like, so he was a child, so basically because his traits changed, they tossed him away, right? Which is bullshit. But the thing is, I feel like Kuroba knew. And, like, so he grew up in the orphanage, but he had to have been old, but he didn't remember his parents. You know what I mean? So he doesn't remember, so he was young enough to not remember his parents, but old enough to know that he wasn't always a member of the black class. Or someone told him, but like, why would you tell that? Like, if you get a child and it's like, oh, well, they were born in the yellow class, but then we gave them medicine and now they're in the black class, and you just don't tell him. Don't tell him, like, look what you lost. You see up there in the sun, child, that's what you could have had, but no. Your parents gave you medicine and here you are now, down in the slums with the rest of us. The darkness. You know what I mean? Like, why would you tell that to a kid? So, he had to be old enough to remember, but also not old enough to remember. Like, that's a weird place to be. Anyway, his eyes searched the ground madly and he looked as though he might lose his balance. Anyway, he turned into a wreck with just a few words. The current leader may be Doma, but the yellow has always been under hereditary rule. In other words, if you hadn't contracted Haku, you would be leader of the yellow by now. Yeah, Doma would have killed you. I can see you love a good torment. Indeed. Perhaps I have fabricated the entire thing. But what is important is that you are from the black class, and you can never go against me. Even if you were formerly of the yellow, what of your hideous appearance now? Stop it, he's beautiful! You have nothing. You have no power or standing. So this is his true nature. Really? You didn't get that from all the shadiness he threw before? How snaky he was before? I mean, this is just not unexpected. He's been acting so nice to everyone on the island all this time. Yeah, except for to us, he said some shit, so... I will take Olympia of the White. Go ahead. Kuroba! I only approached her so I could use her. I see. And I shall pay a formal visit to Lord Doma. If you'll excuse me. Kuroba. He mercilessly cut me down just now. Yet I wanted to run after him and grab his lab coat. It's sad, because instead of being like, you know what, like, maybe it should be her decision. He's like, have at her. Like, trying to hurt us more. You know what I mean? That's so sad. Kuroba, that's hurtful. That's hurtful. That's gonna come up at our 30-year reunion, like, 30-year marriage anniversary. That's the word I'm looking for. It's gonna be like, you remember that time where you told Nagusa to have at me? Yeah, I'm still kind of mad about that. Like, that's the shit I'm not gonna forget. But I couldn't because... Allow me to escort you to the manor, Olympia. I glared at Nagusa as hard as I could. Absolutely not. I need to first check with Doma whether or not what you said is true. As you wish. I have spoken only the truth. I'm like, don't you touch me. I already said no to you. I would marry Akaza before I'd marry you, and that's saying something, because she hates Akaza. I mean, the idea of marrying Akaza. Is it true that Kuroba was originally from the yellow? Look at, see, because like Doma's, the bottom of his hair is yellow, you know what I mean? But he still like has black hair, and he's just like, come into my potions class. He is in the black class now. His hair, skin, and eyes are black with no trace of yellow. I returned to the manor on a carriage as quickly as I could. That's not true! We saw the gold flecks in his eyes! Doma was like, how the fuck did you see that? Well... With a sliver of hope, I asked Doma my question, but his response was cold and ruthless. It's a very good facade he puts up. So, you only judge people by the way they look? You knew all along? Why didn't you tell me anything? Is it our business? Because I didn't think it was. Do you expect me to disclose personal secrets? Would it be difficult for Kuroba to return to the yellow? Is that what he wants? Has he said himself that he wishes to return to the yellow class? That's such an old story. I'm living a happy life in the black class now. Probably not, because now he sees the way the upper classes are, and he's like, fuck that shit. Well, two things were calling me into action. One was my undeniable attachment to Kuroba, and the other was my desire to learn the truth. It is true that Kuroba is Lord... Oh, is it true that Lord Kuroba... Wow, I can't read. Is it true that Kuroba is Lord Hagane's son? You have heard of the noble who committed suicide when his color changed to black from Nei. And the former yellow Yosuge was exiled to Yomi as well. And that is what this island is. Like, see, Doma's not like, yeah, it's awesome. He's like, facts. He just spits out facts to you, like, you've heard of this and this, right? That's how shitty this island... He's like, this is the island. And he's just, like, giving it to you, so you're like, this island sucks. And he's like, damn right it fucking sucks, girl. I'm gonna stop here. We're a little under time, but, like, I'm afraid this is gonna go way over time. And, like, we have just been put through the ringer in this part, and I just need a break. I need to go curl up in a ball, and I don't know how to deal with my emotions. Bravo to this part in this game, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't... Because, like, I take little breaks in between, and it's been a while, but, like, Jesus, it's been a while since I've... And it's also been a while since finishing Yosuga's round and starting this one. I took, like, a week break there. But, like, man... Yeah, somebody's like, oh, wow, it's exciting, but, like, this whole game has hurt me in this part. This part has hurt me a lot. Like, just, like, I understand what is going on with Kuroba. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. It's the fear thing, and it's not like, but it's still like, I know what's happening, game, but it still hurts. I mean, I like it, but I don't. I don't like it, but I like it because I don't like it, and it hurts a little. But it's been like a while since the game's been like, I really actually feel affronted by that. Like, it actually hurts me emotionally. Like, I'm in a very delicate place right now. I woke up in a goddamn bad fucking mood. Like, just a horrible mood, and I've just been, like, off all day, so this is not helping. You, like, get this, and you're like, oh! I was just in a bummed out mood all day, and you just make me feel worse, game. But bravo for it, for giving me the feels, like, the wrong ones, but, you know. And then everything with Kuroba, like, whoa! It's been a great part. Really has. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but now I need to curl up in a ball and, like, grab a drink. Probably not a real drink. I'm just gonna have iced tea like I normally do, but, like, I want to just pop open a beer or a wine or something. It's like, I just need to drink my sorrows away a little bit. Like, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.